All right, all right, all right, all right. Welcome back to Faith and Justice Podcast. I gotta, I gotta brush my shoulders off there, man. I got it's combing my beard there, man. I got some white in my. That's what happens when you wear black, man. I got my man, Dr. B is in his house. What's up, man?
How you doing, sir? You looking well? You losing weight, sir?
Oh
What's your
man,
name?
you were the first person to tell
What's
me
her
that,
name,
man.
sir?
So
What's her
uh,
What's her name, sir? What's her
the
name?
name is
Who you
wanting to
losing
live a
weight for?
long and healthy life. That's what the name is.
Okay, cool.
you
All
know,
right,
you
cool.
know. I mean, a couple maybe like 2 months ago, I bought an elliptical. It was for my birthday actually, so I bought it for myself, which my kids ain't paying me for yet. But anyway, so I bought an elliptical. And within the last 3 weeks or so, I really got serious and been riding it 5, 6 times a week, going for walks. Really, I went back to a really good diet. I was always eating healthy, but I went back to mostly whole foods. Sometimes I'll eat an Impossible Burger here or there, but and it's
Yeah,
a lot of ice cream.
yeah.
When I would eat ice cream, it would be the a vegan ice cream, um,
Just eat
but
ice
still,
cream,
it's
man.
just
That don't make no
no,
that
man.
much sense.
Listen, no,
Vegan
it
ice
does make a
cream,
difference.
ju-
Yeah,
it don't make no
vegan
difference.
ice cream.
With ice cream,
I
man.
gotta take you. Listen, I'll take you to the spot. I'll take you to the spot in Connecticut. I'm telling you, you won't be able to tell the difference. I'm telling. I went to them and I said, "Listen, this is not vegan ice cream." I said, "It's not vegan ice cream.
They
It is
don't
the
fool you,
best.
man.
It
They
it
don't
is the
fool you.
best." Well, I'm lactose intolerant now. Now that I'm older, I can't eat it. So even if I eat a piece of cheese or drinks, one day I went to I had some hot chocolate and they made it with milk. I can't drink it anymore. I ran straight to the bathroom. So I was eating it. I went home, went back, ate another. I'm like, listen, this is not vegan ice cream. This is not vegan ice cream. They said, yeah. And she was like apologetic. She's like, oh, we're using pea protein. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm not mad at you. I'm just saying, I'm just saying that it was so good. I was giving them a compliment. Like I couldn't
Okay,
tell.
okay.
So
All right.
I'll take you there, man. It's not far from us. Well, I'll take you there. I'm telling you.
Mm,
I'm
mm,
telling you.
mm.
I'm telling you, you won't be able to tell the difference.
All right. Whatever you
So
say, sir.
whatever I say, just get on with
Whatever
the show, Lawrence.
what do you say? This is your show, sir. I'm
No,
just
it's not my show,
this is
man.
your
Stop
show. It
saying
is your
that, man.
show,
This
sir.
is our
It is your
show,
show.
man. This is our show,
All
man. We do. All right, listen, this is the second or third time I told you about that. When the money started coming in, I'm gonna be like, this is my money. Y'all send the
Oh,
cash
shucks.
apps.
Yeah, this is my show. Yeah, this is my
Well,
show.
I try to tell you, and it's on tape. It's on
People, it's
tape.
on tape. People, it's on tape. All right, it's on tape. All right, we have to go to the court of law. This is on tape. Okay. Only you, sir.
What's going on? What's going
Bless the
on in your
Lord.
world, man? What's going on? I see your wife is about to be a comic too, man. What's up with this, man?
Yeah, my baby. Hang on, I got to spell this thing right here. Yeah, so she's gonna be at Mohegan Sun, and she's going to be doing clean comedy, and we're looking forward to May 7th, and we will definitely invite anyone to come out and be a part of it May 7th, and she's going to do it.
What day is that?
Host,
What day of the week?
it's a pre-Mother's Day comedy show,
Okay.
and it's all women venue, and just pray for me because I'll be in the back with all 6 women because I'm the host of the show. So
Oh, okay. I'm gonna try to make that. I'm gonna try to make that. May
I don't
7th.
heard that. I don't heard that before. Anyway,
Listen,
people,
man, if I can make it, I make it, man.
this is the flyer, and you hit the QR code. Tickets as low as $10 up to $20 for VIP, and that's it right there. But thank you, sir, for mentioning that for me, sir. I do appreciate it. You do like me, sir. I appreciate that. Amen.
I only mentioned that because you said I lost weight, so I don't know, man. So that's the only reason why. So yeah, so I've been hitting it hard, man. So listen. I'm happy you said that, man. I'm glad somebody noticed, man.
Yeah.
When my kids come over, when my kids notice, my daughter comes over and says, "Dad, you losing weight?" That's when I'll be.
Okay.
So, but I got a long way to go, man. I want to lose another 30 pounds. I really want to lose 30 pounds.
Well, to me, I have 3 ones. I think I told you before. I have one God, I have one wife, and I have one body, and I gotta take care. I gotta take care of those 3. If I take care of those 3, life is good.
This is what I'm saying. This is what
Yeah,
I'm saying. And
yeah.
so I started to say that I really got away from a lot of the stuff, the ice cream and all that, and went back to just eating, Actually, sometimes I eat just once or twice a day,
Yeah.
and just trying to do that and really, really hitting the cardio hard. I went back to the kettlebells and just weights in my house.
Kettlebells. Wow. I know someone told you about a long time ago.
And I bought them.
Wow.
I bought them when you told me. And it was funny because I ever tell you the story. So I bought a 40-pound kettlebell that's adjustable. It's adjustables, right? So
Yep.
you can take the
Yep.
weights out.
Yep. Yep.
So the Amazon guy just dropped it on the he just dropped the 40. He didn't bring it on top of the steps. He just dropped it like in the driveway.
Yeah. That means he wasn't in shape. That's what that means. Oh boy, he said, "What's this? I can't do this." He chopped up that boy quick.
Yeah, so I'm actually thinking about getting a second. I saw a routine on YouTube about 2 kettlebells at the same time. So I'm thinking about getting a second 40-pounder. Yeah.
So I have Bowflex kettlebells. I have 2, and they go up to I think 50 pounds. 50 pounds. They're adjustable. And I love them because I just turn the knob on top of it and it just goes. So I'm a kettlebell geek. I love kettlebell, and then second is mace, mace ball. Gots to get that. There's no if and buts about it because that keeps you flexible. So
right.
So the kettlebell gives you more strength. Men were giving you free advice. Please pay attention. So kettlebell gives you more strength, but the mace gives you more flexibility as we get older.
Okay.
Yes,
I did see a workout about that.
Yes.
It was I don't think it was called the mace, but it was they look like long ping pong. I mean, bowling pins. They look like long bowling pins. Guys are using.
So those are the Indian clubs.
Okay,
those are Indian clubs. They are a cousin to the mace ball, but definitely is give you the shoulder activity, and you're doing this with the Indian club. So and then you're doing your triceps, and of course you're doing your arms as well. So yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I was thinking the problem is I don't want to hit my ceiling because my downstairs is kind of.
So that's why. So you get a mace bell and you do it outside.
I'm not doing it outside. I'm not doing
You do it outside.
Yeah, I'm not doing it outside.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Men, go ahead.
No, go ahead. You were going to say something?
No, men, please get yourself a mace bell and a kettlebell. If you ain't got nothing else, those 2 things will keep you in shape, slim, and they'll do it for you. All right, I'm shutting that down.
That's no. It's definitely true. Definitely at least 1 kettlebell, but if you can do 2 and you can do a full range of workouts,
yes, sir.
You can go for walks.
Yes, sir.
I just had a conversation with somebody the other day talking about we were talking about gym memberships, and I'm like, listen, there's no need to buy a gym membership. I mean, as long as you got outside that you can at least walk.
Yeah.
And if you just do, a kettlebell, if a 40-pounder, it's like $1 a pound, $49.50, $60. I mean, you can't beat that,
A kettlebell is the way to go. It's a secret a lot of people don't do. And then when you get real good, then you do the Turkish kettlebell where you learn how to hold the kettlebell and you sit down and then you raise back up. That will do it. That will mess you up.
I've been doing that.
Mess you in a good way. Mess you in a good way. Yes, sir. I'm sorry. Go ahead, sir. It's not your show.
No, good.
I'm sorry. I took over. Please forgive me. I forgot.
We could talk about kettlebells all day.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's get into what we want to talk about here today.
Let's get into it, sir.
So we just had a string of tragic offings. I want to be careful about YouTube. We're not monetized yet, so like I said, string of killings of what was going on. We had Justin Fairfax killing his wife.
That's correct.
We had there's a case in Louisiana where a guy killed 8 of his kids.
Yes, sir.
And there was another one too that I had forgotten about maybe 2 months ago.
There was another one in North Carolina. A pastor got killed by her husband.
Okay, I didn't see. I don't know if I knew about that one.
Yes, sir.
There was another one who was she was like a a lawmaker, a vice mayor, or something like that in Florida
Yeah,
was
yeah, yeah,
killed
yeah,
by her
yeah.
husband.
Uh,
Yeah,
she went to FAMU, my alma mater, and yeah, he killed her, and his statement was, "I just couldn't take it." So I'm not
yeah,
sure what it was, but yes, sir, you're absolutely right.
yeah, yeah. So I wanted to know, what these are obviously all tragic. I've
Yes,
addressed this on my other channel,
yes,
and I got accused of trying to trying to be a rationalizer of the men. And what I've seen a lot is that women are trying, some women, not all women, but some women have been trying to paint men as if we're all predators, all uh, monsters, etc. And I've been pushing back against that. So I had to do another video speaking about how I don't condone the actions that these men take.
right.
But I also mentioned that exactly what you said, that these ladies, excuse me, that the men are often fed up and they can't take it anymore. They're under extreme amount of pressure. And I just try to rationalize that pressure. This is what I do. This is why I teach criminology, criminal justice, and forensic psychology. So I have to understand the mental state of individuals, or try to understand the mental state of individuals as to what would cause them to go off the deep end like they did. So I want to know, your thoughts, your opinions about this, and if you've seen any of this in your practice and how you handle that when people are, particularly men, are dealing with pressure.
Yeah, so number one, there's no excuse what happened. There's no justifying excuse for these men to do what they did. And I'm trying not to make these men into victims because these are men who deal with trauma. And when you don't deal with the trauma will deal with you. And for you to, I mean, the one that was in Florida, I mean, all of them are tragic. But this woman was on her way to the Senate. She was on her way to the Senate, uh, uh, vice mayor, and whether he was jealous, couldn't take her fame, whatever it is that he dealt with it in the wrong way. That's just the bottom line. Something popped, something snapped, and instead of getting help, he took someone's life, someone that he said he loved. Mhm.
Have you dealt with pressure in your practice? Men who are under pressure, not so much the relationship, the arguing and all this, and it could be the same thing. The arguing that goes on with that, but also they're just under pressure. And here's what I mean by under pressure. They've got pressure from their jobs,
Yeah.
got pressure from their children,
Yep.
pressure again from their relationships, pressure
Yep.
from parents getting older,
Yep.
financial pressure, etc. And so
Yep.
therefore they take it out
Correct.
on those who are closest to them.
Right. Right. Because men, again, this is again, people. We're putting this out here. We're not justifying what they did, but men are not taught to deal with their emotions. I'm about to be on a podcast in 2 weeks that talks about sexual abuse among men, and
Mm,
it is a very big epidemic that men don't talk about of being sexually abused. I was sexually abused as a child, so a lot of people don't deal with it, and if you don't deal with it, Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy. My wife just walked in. Lord have mercy. That's a fine woman. If you don't deal with it, it will deal with you every single time. And so a lot of these men have this compounding, it's compounding, it's compounding, it's compounding, and then it just convulse. I had another police officer friend that told me 90% of men in jail have anger problems. Now you can clarify or if that's too big, but that to me, they have emotional issues that have not been dealt with.
mm.
And if you don't deal with those emotions, I mean, men have abandonment, and again, women have the same thing too. But the difference between a man and woman is that women talk. That's why they talk 2 times more than their man. So women talk about their pain. Men are not trained to talk about their pain, so they don't talk it. They hold their pain. So by holding
Brother, you froze
your
up,
pain,
man.
guess what happens? You get totally. Yeah, I don't know why I froze up. Hopefully that doesn't happen again, sir. In Jesus' name, amen.
So uh, digging into this idea, and I don't want to steal all your thunder for the podcast that you got coming up. Uh, when we say that men aren't taught to do that, well, I mean, what exactly are we saying? Because I think that this comes from a feedback loop of men who did open up at one time were somehow told from men and women. This is,
Right.
you
Men
got to
don't do that.
man up. Men don't
Right.
do that. Men don't act this way. Be a
Right.
man. Be
Right.
strong.
Right. Right.
And so you are punished by men, older men, and by women, because if you're not selected for mating because you're too sensitive, too soft, you talk too much, what kind of man are you?
Yeah.
Then that is a form of punishment which would cause the man to learn and say, okay, I'm going to shut up. I'm going to sit over here. Now you and I are both acknowledging that men need to relieve the pressure. I definitely
That's
agree with
correct.
that.
That's correct, sir. That's correct. Yeah. Yeah. It's he's too sensitive.
Mm.
Adam, isn't that what you want? You want a man empathy, have some form of empath when you talk to him. So, uh, so the bottom line is there needs to be for lack of a better word, a reset.
Mm.
That the
Mm.
man needs to do right, and the wife will follow correctly. But these men have to understand. They have to understand that all the parts of me have to be healthy, not just my body, not just my sexual activity, but my mental state, my spiritual state have to be balanced. I'm working on a book called Systematic Living, and I'm trying to get men to understand you got to be systematic. One area of your life cannot be lacking while the other area is just going well. In a good football scheme, the head coach always looks for the weakness of the opposing team. And so a lot of times men are good for this. Men will focus on their strength and they will not deal with their weakness. Right.
Mm.
That's why they're so susceptible to heavy falls. Look at the NFL coach of the Patriots. What's happening with him right now? I mean, he's not going to be a part of the draft because he's in counseling because of what happened with him being caught with an NFL insider doing stuff that he probably had no business doing.
Okay, I'm not aware of this. I'm not
Oh,
aware.
Mike Verbal's, he's a coach for the please look it up. He's a coach for the Patriots. Last year when the Super Bowl, they lost, but apparently, page 6 of New York Post caught him with pictures with another NFL insider, a female, and apparently this has been going on for quite some time, and so he took himself out of the NFL draft. And as a football guy, the biggest thing, one of the biggest time for an NFL coach is doing a draft. So instead of him being in the NFL draft, day 1, day 2, day 3, he is in counseling with his wife.
Okay, so this is a scandal because he was married. This is a
That is correct, sir. He is married. That's correct, sir. Oh, I'm sorry. She's married too. So both parties are married.
This brother didn't learn from, what was the other dude? Ime Udoka or whatever his name was, the
Uh,
Boston.
uh, see, again, men are taught, and I know where we at here, but men are taught, about their sexual prowess. Who I can get, who I can slam through the bed. And I'm trying to teach men it's more than that. It's taking care of that one woman, being faithful to her, because men have this double standard. Um, I had one guy say to me, "Well, Doc, it wasn't a affair. I was just having sex." I said, "Bruh, you're married and you're having intimacy with other people. You got a Bill Clinton complex." Because Bill Clinton told the world, "I did not have sex with that woman." Yes, you did. So a lot of times men have this mentality of, okay, I can do here and not do there. Again, systematic living means I'm going to be strong in every area of my life. In other words, his old-fashioned word, I'm going to be temperate. Okay. I'm going to know when to back away from the table. I'm going to know what, I'm not going to go there because it's dangerous. Something like that.
I remember watching old karate movies,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
I enjoyed them. And
Yes.
there was they had these different systems as you're talking about, and oh yeah, I found these little things here. Let me put them on the screen here, so
Sure.
y'all like and subscribe here. So
Yeah. Oh, look at you. That's nice graphics, sir. I like that.
yeah, I just found that.
Okay.
So
Did you
watching these
steal
old
it or
karate
did you
movies.
get
No, it
okay.
came with it's on the program. It's on the program.
Okay.
Well, why I gotta be a thief? I don't understand that. Why would you say that?
Okay.
So I was watching these old programs. I was watching these old programs, and there was a guy who he was called. It was. Have you ever seen the Five Deadly Venoms? Five Deadly Venoms. It was
I
about
gotta look that one up. Please send
yeah.
that one to me. That sounds good.
I'll try to find it. It might be on Netflix for free. Not, I'm sorry, not Netflix, the YouTube. It might be. Um,
Yeah.
so anyway, Five Deadly Venoms, and it was five different disciplines of venomous animals: a scorpion, a snake, a toad. Even though toad doesn't really have venom, it's poisonous, but that's the difference. Couple, and two more. Two centipede.
Okay.
So the toad was actually a good guy, and so the toad's power was he was invulnerable. He was invulnerable.
Okay.
So that was one show, and there was another one. I think it was called the Iron Maiden or something like that. Iron something. And
Okay.
so same similar power of the toad. This is a different movie I'm talking about. Same power as the toad, but in both of those powers that they had, their masters always told them, there's even though your skin is invulnerable, we're going to hit you as hard, you don't get cut by knives and all that. There's always a spot on you that is weak, and if your enemy finds your weak point, it'll disable everything about you. And the master would always tell them, you have to make that, whatever it is, if it's this part, you have to make that as small as possible. Work on it so it's become small as possible. So I always took that, and I was a kid thinking about this, like whatever I'm weak in, I got to make sure that I work on everything else about me and make that as small as possible. That was a philosophy I had as a kid because I had watched these karate movies. So I definitely understand what you're saying, that you have to work on every single area of your life, and you're going to have weaknesses, and you may not get perfection, but as long as you're working on it, if you can go from bad in one area to decent to good, you may not get to perfect, but you will definitely work on things and get better if you just adopt these different types of philosophies.
What bothers me about men is that they said, Doc, I can't do this. And I say, hogwash. You learn how to do your job that you're making 6, 7 figures on. Just like you learn to do that, you can learn to be a better husband. You can learn to be a better father. So, but again, it's the mindset. The mindset is, my father was not a good husband. He was an okay father. So I'm going to be a better father than him, but I'm going to remain having 5, 6 women, having 25,000 babies. I'm using hyperbole, of course.
God, I
but,
hope so.
but these men swear I'm successful. No, you're not successful. Nick Cannon, a preacher's kid, with all his money that he's had. I mean, there's no way you can have all those kids and be in their lives like you need to be. There's no way. There's no way.
When what you said really really bothers me, because not what you said, but just the application of it, because I've talked to men who have had bad relationships with their own fathers. Their fathers were absent, their fathers were not there, and they in turn, now these are friends of mine, we're all in the same cohort, we all know each other, right? So we all came up the same way. I didn't have a dad, so I'm like, why would you, and I would say this to them, why would you treat your kid the same way that you were treated? Because I didn't have a dad either. I understand it, and I understand not having a father.
You're a great
but why
dad, sir.
is it?
You're a great dad. You're a great dad.
Why is it that some people can't overcome this? And listen, I study psychology, so I understand it to a certain extent. But
Yeah.
in the practicality, like, and it's not, and I would have these conversations, the kid is turning 10, 11, 12, 13. Now the kids are all grown. But I would be like, listen, I understand. And they would say to me, like, I feel weird. It's always awkward. I'm like, you got to push through that. You haven't seen this kid in 10 years. You got to push through that. It's going to be awkward at first, but you got to warm up. You pick them up be consistent, pick them up every week, and whatever. And it's not about buying them things. Don't try to buy their love, but just just pick them up every week, call them on the phone. We got more ways now today. If you're listening to this as a dad today, you can text them, you can video chat them. You can you can play video games with it. You can be sitting at your house playing a video game. They can be at your house playing a video game, got the headphones on, talking to each other. There's so many different ways to interact with a child. Why is it that men are refusing to do this?
Going back to your preaching days, sir. At a road church. I'll put that out there.
I'm still preaching,
man. Yeah, I knew you couldn't wait to bring that up.
You brought it up, man.
I know you couldn't wait to bring. I know you wouldn't.
Oh man.
The point is that familiar spirits are real, and because your father was the way he is, you brung up that same spirit that he had. And so many men don't understand that watch this, if you don't deal with that spirit, that spirit with you. That's why I have so many from their children's life. And I don't want to hear a man say, well, the mother kept me away. Hogwash again. Hogwash again. I don't care what that mother is doing. Especially if you're paying child support, and if you're not paying child support, start paying it, because paying your child support will definitely give you that connection with your child that you need to have. But I mean, please, sir, let's stop this generational curse of so many men not knowing who their fathers are. And I'll go deeper. Why is it important to know your father is? Because you might be dating your sister. That's why it's important to know who your father is.
Oh, well, did you get off of Instagram? I just listened to that the other day.
Yeah, I did a post on that last week, that it is important to know who your father is so that you're not dating your sister.
All right, so there was a Instagram. I didn't send it to you, but I sent it to somebody else about the same thing, showing that. Now, I thought it kind of sounded like a skit, but it certainly is a reality that people can have, particularly if you live in the same town and you've just been messing around and all this. So in the episode there, the recording, this guy was saying that he and his woman had messed around. She was married, he was not. 20 years ago, they had messed around and they were raw dogging it. And then his daughter now is 18ish or so, and meet this guy who's 20 years old, and the father then sees the mother of the child, show me who your people are, shows me a picture of the mother, and it was the girl that he had messed around with 20 years earlier. And so he's like putting two and two together, like, yo, is this my kid? Because at the time she had gotten pregnant, and she was just going to put it on the husband, because it was like, I'm not going to say anything. So that was an understanding. He's like, okay, I'm out of here scot-free. Next thing you know, 20 years later, still live in the same town. Now his daughter meets this kid, and they're, doing whatever. So, and they've been dating for a year. So more than likely they've been intimate. You're frozen again, brother. Jeez.
Yeah. There are a lot of shenanigans. Let me change my Wi-Fi here. All right, hang on. Hopefully it doesn't kick me off here. So when mothers are holding back who the father is, you are doing a disservice, ma'am. You are doing a major disservice, because you're not giving full.
Maybe his Wi-Fi is changing here, so maybe it's going to take a second to kick in. Do apologize about these. Okay, we're back here. Okay.
Thank you, Right Reverend, for having me on the show. I appreciate it. Boy, you like doing it every single time, man, right?
You brought it. I wasn't even thinking about it till you brought it up.
You're wrong. That's what I'm saying. You're wrong. That's all I want to say. You are wrong. Here you go.
All right. You said something. I want to comment
You
on
get
it,
a
but I
kick out of that,
forgot.
don't you?
I do. It's pretty funny to me. I gotta admit, it's pretty funny. Yeah, it's pretty funny. Yeah. So I definitely agree that men
Yeah,
got to,
but
go ahead.
no, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to agree that what you're saying, that some of us men got to get through this feeling bad, this inability to communicate, this inability. I'm going to do a show. I just saw this post today, right? Half an hour before you and I logged in. It's called Alpine Divorces. So Alpine Divorces, I'm going to do a show about it. Alpine Divorces, when guys take women on hikes or go alpining or something like that, and they just leave them there. Just leave them there, and that's their method of breaking up. So
Okay, that's gonna make it worse for us, man. That's gonna make it worse. Okay, that's gonna make
right.
it worse.
I'm going to address that. I'm making light of it, but you got to be able to talk to a woman. And listen, I understand a lot of times, we're talking about men's mental health, but there's a huge problem with ladies in their mental health, and in particular this day and time. A lot of more ladies are becoming cat ladies, not in relationships, and so therefore they are suffering from depression and
But the reason
anxiety
why
and
they're
other
not in relationship,
ideas.
but the reason why they're not in a relationship is because of how the man treated them. Many women who are
Uh,
negative toward men. No. All right, people. We got to disagree at least one time during the show. We got to do this. All right. Many women who are disgruntled about relationships because of how they were treated in a relationship. Again, the man. It's funny. Men want to be leaders, but they don't want to lead. Men want to recite about how the Bible says for a woman to submit. All right, so we got that part, but where's your part of leadership? Where's your part of leadership? Now, if a woman don't want to be led, then that's a whole nother subject matter. But most women want to be led by a strong man. But okay, so you tell your wife, you tell the woman to submit. Okay, where's the leadership? If there's no leadership, then how can she submit? And then she gets disgruntled. And then, hang on, I ain't done. Then you lead her into an affair. You lead her in being unfaithful. You lead her in not keeping your word. I mean, you lead her in not having the location. You lead her in going on social media and liking every picture you see. I mean, so then you wonder why she's so disgruntled, why she's so upset, because your leadership stinks. Why? Because probably you saw a bad example of leadership in your own personal life. Go ahead, sir.
I will always agree that men need to take the reins of leadership. You will never get an argument out of me about that. But I do think that there is a growing segment of men who are running into women who don't want to be led. They're saying it
Because of what
loudly
happened
and
with other men.
no.
Yeah. Think about it. How could I be negative toward a relationship if she wasn't in a relationship prior? And I guarantee you, I guarantee you, if you talk to those women who don't want to be in a relationship, why? Because of their past relationship. It's very simple.
I'm not gonna. That may be your take, but here's my take. My take is that they're running into women who don't want to be led. They're claiming that they're strong, that they're independent, that they don't need a man, they don't want a man. They've been told that they can choose the bear. They would choose the bear if they were in the woods by themselves. All this different type of negativity and talk. They want to lead with their accomplishments. So men are saying, okay, well, this is what I think is going on with these alpine things, and this is what I'm going to address on another show. I think that what's going on here is there could be a lack of communication. I'm not going to say that they don't want to deal with the negative emotions that go along with that. They don't want to see a hysterical woman crying, begging, busting their car windows. I can definitely understand that may be a part of the situation. Oh, that's a real thing. that they can definitely.
Why?
But I'm trying to get to it. Can I cook for a second here? Can I cook? I know you. I know you want to blame the men. I know you want to blame the men. But some of these ladies out here, they may have been dogged. Some of the aunties and mothers may have been dogged, and so therefore they are putting this onto the younger girls, and saying, and then now the younger girls are adopting this and saying, I don't want to go through that. I want to be the strong, independent boss babe, and I want to do this, that, and the other. There's a study that has just come up in Denmark. indicating that when women are when women get more money, get a permanent pay increase, become boss babes, etc., that they are 4 times, I think it's 4%, either 4% or 4 times as likely not to want to have children. And when the men get more money, then they are more likely to have children. So men are running into women who, because of their financial access, don't want to have children. So this is what a lot of men are running into. Whether it's and why and finally, why should a man have to pay for the mistakes of other people? If I show up in your life and as a woman's life, and I'm showing masculinity and leadership, and you don't want to submit, why should I deal with that? Why should I deal with that?
May I talk, the Right Reverend Dr. L?
Go ahead, man.
Why are their mothers and their aunties telling them, don't be bothered with a man? Because I guarantee you, the majority of those women who are saying that were hurt by a man that did not keep his word. Now,
Is
I'm
it
not
ever
saying
possible?
no,
Is
no,
it
no,
ever
no.
possible?
Hang on. I let you talk. Didn't I let you talk, sir?
Sometimes. Go ahead. Go ahead, man.
I'm sorry. Continue your conversation. When you're done, I will talk. Go ahead, sir.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
The majority of the time, when a man is not acting right, you don't understand the legacy of a unfaithful man, how it affects a home. The legacy of a man who's absentee, a legacy of a man who has other women pregnant, and yet he stays with his wife. You know what a big problem that is? To know that your father fathered 2 of the kids in your classroom. You know what stigma that does to a child, a girl especially, a boy especially, to that girl? Why should I trust daddy? To a boy, if daddy can do it, I can do it. So I'm not saying a lot of women are not that way, the way they feel. But I guarantee you, sir, there was a man who did not keep his dang on word. That's all I'm saying.
So here's the issue that I have is that we want to blame Jermaine, blame the man all the time. And I'm not saying that men are innocent. That is not my contention at all. Again, I've mentioned, talk about the legacy. Listen, I grew up without a dad. I felt bad. I dealt with them. I dealt with a host of bad feelings the entirety of my life. And many of them I still wrestle with today. To be completely honest, as people look at me and think I'm accomplished and I did this and I did that, I still have some things in my mind that I wish I would have had a father to deal with, to help walk me through and talk me through. No doubt about it. However, I think I have a problem with the term most or many because I don't know what it is. When we look at, we were talking about these incidences of death and killings by these men. And there's this idea, again, I don't like shaming and blaming men and saying you guys are all predators, you're all this, you're all negative, you're all a bunch of monsters, you all need to be locked up and all this type of thing. I think that, the hyperbole in that and the hypocrisy in that goes out of control. So when you start looking at the numbers, and I was listening to Roland Martin today. I'm on my elliptical and listen to Roland Martin. So he said that 96% of men who are involved in domestic violence, he said it twice. So the problem that I have with that statement is it's like saying 98% of men of domestic violence involves people with eyes. So you're having a fight with someone. I mean, so I don't, but again, I'm thinking, okay, where do you get this 98% from? Where are you getting this from? So the problem with domestic violence as it's currently defined is that it encompasses everything, psychological, financial, and they're calling it violence. So, but when you start looking at the numbers, and this is what I did, I started breaking down the numbers and looking at who is the first instigator of physical violence? And when you start looking at that, physical violence, forget the financial violence and forget the psychological violence. And I'm not saying those aren't important and shouldn't be looked at and people shouldn't do anything about that. But when you start looking at that, the numbers are roughly the same. 28%, 26%, I don't remember specifically. Some women are attacking men almost at the same rate that men are attacking women. So, but nobody wants to talk about that. This is called bidirectional violence. So as police officers, when we used to get there, it took a lot of training. It took a lot of training to get men, to get these police officer men to say, we're not just going to arrest the men, because sometimes they are the victims too. And sometimes they are defending themselves against an attack from a woman. So when I look at these numbers, that's why I'm saying we can't always blame the men and saying that they're violent, this, that, and the other. We acknowledge that certain things need to change. I acknowledge that. But let's not just paint all men with a broad brush, or most men, or whatever. Let's not do that. That's my contention.
May I respond, sir?
Go ahead, man.
I don't want to be accused of over talking because I'm on your show, sir. I don't want to be accused of over talking.
That's the third time, sir. Listen, monetize us. Y'all hit the like button, monetize us. So every dime that comes in here, y'all heard it. It's my show.
All I am saying is that, yes, when a woman hits a man, it is just as a violation as a man hitting a woman. I do not deal with it kindly in my office if I find anyone putting hands on each other, because it's wrong. However, I'm not going to do this. Every corporation, every government, and every family must have a leader. That's all I know. Even the animal kingdom, they have leadership. Okay. All I'm saying, when leadership is not, and we see what's going on in our country right now, when leadership is not in good play, it affects the entire nation, body, family structure. You cannot tell me that when you are a decorated, and I'm honored to be on the podcast here, decorated police officer that you are, sir, you saw good leadership and bad leadership while you were a police officer. You saw it. And you also saw when there was good leadership, there was great morale.
Yes.
And you also saw when there was bad leadership, it was low morale.
Yes. Yes.
I rest my case.
Yes. Agreed. Have you last question about this? Have you run into ladies in your practice who said, I don't want a leader, I want to be equals or partners? Have you run into that?
Very rare. Most women who come to my counseling practice with their husband all say the same thing. The majority. I don't want to be hard. I don't want my clit to grow. I want to stay clean.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. I was not expecting that. That was a left hook out of nowhere. Wow.
Many women are tired of holding both genitalia in a relationship, and they want to be submissive. They want to have someone to lean on. And I tell men all the time, in my house, I'm a servant leader. I am a servant leader. I love serving my wife, because as I serve my wife responds and serves me back. And see, that's where men are losing it. Yes, you're the leader, sir, but you're a servant leader. And that's the caveat. Many there are things around the house that my wife wanted done. So this week I started working on the thing that my wife asked to be done. My wife needs some other stuff. I didn't wait for her to tell me to get it. My wife had a need. I love this. my wife says something out of ordinary. Boy, I need this. Out of nowhere, I'll go on Amazon.com and order it for her. I'm a servant leader. Why? Because how can I tell my wife to make my drink, which she did for me for lunch? Praise the Lord. Non-alcoholic drink, so don't start no rumor. My wife made my drink for me. This week, my wife out of nowhere brought me a protein drink. Out of nowhere. You know why she brought me a protein drink? Because I'm constantly serving her. I'm constantly, what can I do for my wife? Because again, that's where a lot of men are failing. Servant leader. So a lot of these boss ladies don't want to be a boss lady at home. They want to be soft. They want to put on their pink, right? They want to put their heels on, right? They want to, they want to be that feminine side. Why? Because it's in their DNA. We have XY chromosomes. They have XX chromosomes. And those XX is still there. They have estrogen. We have testosterone. So I'm not moving. The majority of issues is because of leadership. And when leadership is bad, why are you surprised that things around you are not doing well? Because of leadership.
Well, Leslie Jones would say that both of you guys are enslaved.
Leslie Jones, yes, the comedian. I'm still trying to figure out what she's looking for. I'm still not sure yet.
I think she was just simply bitter
Okay.
about not being able to find anyone in her 58 years or however old she is, years of life, and her unfortunately masculine ways and tendencies have been a great turnoff to, I think, a vast majority of men. Ergo, what I was saying before, and so therefore, people are like, I don't want to come in here and deal with this. Why should I have to fight through this? Why
Well,
should I have to fight to get through to a woman who may or may not want to put on heels? Why? And so this, I think it was her lashing out. But go ahead.
I think in her case is that a lot of men are already self-defeated when they see her, and she needs a very confident man. Listen, women can't stand a man that's not confident, you know. And so when they see Leslie, she's tall, she's very, her voice is, voice, so you got to be confident around these women. And when you're not confident, then that side of her is going to be stronger versus if you have a confident man, then there's a good possibility she will humble or she'll like submit, but she needs a confident man. And a lot of these men who she probably deal with are not confident. She's successful, she's smart, she's great looking, she got money, and a lot of guys who ain't doing nothing. So I would tell Leslie, if I was her counselor, we need to change the pool that you're fishing from, because you're dealing with men who have now, from her perspective, she might be used to men who she can control, or used to men that she can say go and they do. All right, she's used to man that doesn't check her in a loving way. Right? Don't give words of wisdom in a loving way. So again, the key for men is servant leader. That's the key to men. I got 10 minutes, sir. Then I gotta go on my date night, sir. I love you.
Yeah, so
I love my wife more, sir. She do much more for me in Jesus' name.
And she always will do much more for you in Jesus.
Oh, my girl Portia.
I don't have the desire nor the equipment to do.
my girl Portia do me good. You know why she do me good? Because I do her good. That's why she do me good. Come on now.
So yeah, so I think that Leslie Jones has challenges. Speaking of that, there was another YouTuber or a YouTuber, social media influencer. Her name is MJ Gray. I think her name is MJ Gray. Cute white girl, probably 30ish or so, 31ish, late 20s, early 30s, something like that. And was giving a bunch of advice, telling women, don't get married, marriage is slavery, marriage is old-fashioned, marriage is out, this, that, and the other. Just a couple of days ago. Now, she had been doing this for over a year or so. doing that type of content. You know, boss up, get your own money. You don't need men. Everything I talked about before. This is the advice that this young lady was giving. Lo and behold, wouldn't you know, maybe a week or so ago, right now, as we record this, this particular young lady has now turned up and said, "Yeah, I'm engaged." All that stuff that I said, all that stuff that I said. You know, I made these videos, but here I am. I didn't watch her full pronouncement. I watched reactions to her because she'd given this advice. People take this advice. They want to boss up. They adopt the very attitudes and mindsets and thinking that I was explaining before. And now, meanwhile, this chick, speaking with Leslie Jones, in my estimation, was coping because she couldn't get in what she wanted. This young lady was obviously coping or just straight out lying, one of the two. And now when she meets someone who checks all these boxes and probably has money, oh, no, lo and behold, and she only knew the guy for 9 months, from what I understand. So this is not no, I've been dealing with this guy for 5 years or dealing with this guy for 2 years. This is 9 months, still dating this guy, speaking this yang, and next thing you know, she accepts a marriage proposal.
Well, again, we decide the sex of the child. The woman does not. We have XY. Woman has XX. If we give a X doing intimacy, then the woman will bring forth a girl. If we give a Y, then the woman will give forth a boy. So again, people are fighting this, but it's in our DNA. It is in our DNA to be connected. It's in our DNA. And so I'm not surprised that she probably was coming from a very negative point in her life. That, oh, you know, I don't need no man, because probably a man disappointed her until she found the right man to do right by her. But see, again, Reverend, right Reverend Doctor, you probably have Pope. You probably have Pope on there next week.
Pope is actually a what's that term? It's trademark. You can't put Pope on stuff. Okay. Go ahead.
Well, I'm sorry. You probably have Archbishop next week. Leadership is everything. Leadership is everything. And if the leadership is not good, then why are you surprised the family's not good? That's all I'm saying. And a lot of these men, again, they want a submissive wife, but they don't want leadership. They don't want to do leadership. And a lot of men want the title, but not the responsibility.
And there's a lot of men who are trying to lead, but the women don't want to follow.
Sir, I am not denying that, but okay. I will tell you 90% of the time, she doesn't want to follow because either one, he has bad leadership, or number two, she's bitter from a former leadership. Okay. And I will stand on that.
Very good. Very good. We'll leave it off.
Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
No, listen, I think we're saying the same thing. I just have a problem. You know, I don't want all men to get a bad rap. And when a man meets a woman, the woman should not come off as defensive or think I got to take control or I got these negative. That's what I don't want. If I meet a woman, I don't want to be labeled and charged and held accountable and have attitude and get resistance because of some other people's
or experience. May I ask the right Archbishop Reverend Dr. L a question? May I ask you a question, sir?
Yeah, y'all make sure you send some cash apps too. Cash apps, support the channel, hit the like button. Go ahead, brother.
Okay. So between Adam and Eve, who sinned first, sir?
Brother,
sir, Reverend, the right Reverend Dr. Archbishop L. So you have that certificate.
Now you're adding titles now. I didn't say Archbishop. You said that. I'm gonna make up a new title, Blue Jays.
I know you are, because you like titles. Who sinned first?
According to scripture, do I remember? According to scripture, that would have been Adam.
No, sir. Eve ate of the of the
I
forbidden
thought you were
fruit
asking me
state.
a philosophical question.
No,
Because
no, 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 no,
Adam
no.
didn't take charge of his woman. That's where I
Well,
thought you were coming
that is true. And then who
Right.
did God, when God came into the garden, who did God call first?
from. Oh, he called Adam. He called Adam.
And why? And why, Reverend Dr. Archbishop Dr. L, did he call Adam first?
Cardinal. No, actually, Blue
Sorry.
Jay. I'm making up a new title. The Catholics have Cardinals. I'm gonna be a Blue Jay. Go ahead.
Okay,
Blue Jay.
okay. So why, Reverend Dr. Blue Jay Dr. L, did he call? Well, the title's getting longer. Why did he call Adam, sir?
Why? Because he was in charge.
Thank you very much. I dropped the mic.
Yeah,
Things have not changed, sir. Things have not changed. Things have not changed. All right, sir. I gotta get ready for my date night.
All right, man. All right, we got to hook up another time because there's a
let's
show I
do
want
next
to
week.
review.
Let's do next week. So I'll see you probably drop another 5 pounds.
Listen, I hope so. I'm working on it.
Listen,
you made my day. You really did. You really made my day,
sir. You ever want to do a workout together? Call me over. I'll make you sweat really good, sir, with some kettlebells and mace, and hit it hard, bro. That's how you stay young, man. That's how you stay young. Hit those weights.
Yeah.
Cardio.
Absolutely.
All right, man.
Absolutely. All right. We'll talk to you guys. Take care. Much love and peace, everyone.
All
Hit
right,
the like button.
Peace.